Now, I know what you're thinking. This is probably the most clickbaity thing that I've ever done. And I promise you, I'm not clickbaiting. I genuinely thought or have had a near death experience. And I'm going to explain to you how and why that happened. So, it all started on my college campus. Hi, guys. I am a university student. I am a sophomore, so this is my second year at the university. And my university held an event uh, at the student center. It was a Y2K themed event. So obviously, we thought, me and my friend group, we thought, hey, that is something that's a theme that's very doable. And most of my friends in my friend group love to dress up. They love to get all dolled up and look sexy as fuck. And I'm just the bystander that's just like, yeah, I'm someone who doesn't know shit about makeup, so I'm gonna let them take the spotlight while I just, keep an eye out and make sure no no man stares at them all pervert like. And so things were going good. I won't deny that the event overall was good. It was mainly me um that's kind of taken a turn towards this tragedy for me is that you guys know Monster, right? You know, that shitty energy drink that people are either addicted to it or that people who drink too much of it die of some kind of fucking heart disease because you're not supposed to consume so much energy drinks because it's literally just a bunch of caffeine. It's the equivalent of drinking coffee. Drink too much coffee and you might just go ba-da dead. And that's kind of what I felt like. I mean, granted, I am not a usual energy drink connoisseur. I don't normally consume energy drinks like a normal average person would. I'm someone that's just like, oh yeah, takes one sip, thinks it's the most vile thing to ever fucking exist, and then just never drink it again. So there were students on my campus that were just handing out free energy drinks to like sample, and they were like, oh, we have plenty. I'm not going to blame them. Okay, of course, they're just doing their job and they just wanted to, promote products for the school. And so I won't blame them for this. And they were just like, "Oh yeah, take samples of these different kinds of energy drink brands and tell me what's the best." And there was supposed to be like a giveaway, but they kind of stopped doing it. They kind of were just like, "Fuck it. You guys can drink as much as you want. Take whatever prize are on the counter and go about your day." Literally, the only sole main reason I was there was to get a free shirt because I saw someone walk by the venue with a fucking shirt in their hand, and I was just like, "Oh, where'd they get the shirt from?" And they were like, "Oh, it's from the concession stand over there where they're giving out like energy drinks and stuff, like Monster energy drinks." I'm like, "Okay, I don't like Monster, but sure, I'll go for the free prize." And granted, I showed up to the event on an empty stomach. The last thing I have eaten before entering the event was at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, granted, this event took place at 9 o'clock at night. Now, I know what you're all thinking, Yoshi, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? Like, you are so stupid. Like, you should know by now that you're not supposed to consume energy drinks on an empty stomach. Well, lesson learned, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a difference between having an empty stomach and not having an empty stomach when you're consuming caffeinated items. I didn't know that. So y'all can yell at me for that. Lesson learned, I will never touch a single fucking energy drink ever in my life. getting off track, back to the story. So I just took samples of the drinks and I was just like, okay, this one tastes nice, this one tastes okay. And one of them that struck out to me, I don't remember what the brand was, but it was like a peach mango flavor energy drink. And I was just like, this kind of tastes lukewarm. Maybe there's a possible chance that he can give me a fresh, cold sample, like can of it. And I look at the guy and I was like, oh, do you have like a cold, like you have a cold sample of this specific energy drink? And he's like, oh, we have a full cans just sitting there in the cooler if you want one. And I was just like, sure, why not? If you're giving it out, fuck you, why not? So I took it, and me being small pea brain, I was dehydrated too. I mean, they had water, but they didn't have bottles of water. They only had cups of water that you just had to keep like pouring and refilling. And I don't expect myself to keep going back and forth around the event and be like, oh, I need water. Granted, they should have provided water fountains at the time because I didn't see any at the venue. But besides the point, as time went on, I would consistently start drinking and drinking and drinking the energy drink, taking little sips and sips and sips, while I was enjoying my time viewing some karaoke, because there was a karaoke event happening in the auditorium. So I was just like, okay. Some of my friends did participate, and it was pretty freaking cool. But then things started to get thrown into chaos because my university is mainly populated with African Americans, and a lot of these African Americans are from the city. So we already know how they like to turn up things, and it got to the point where I personally felt anxious and uncomfortable, and I just wanted to leave. Hi. So I wanted to quickly make a second video to clarify a couple things of what I meant by me feeling anxious and uncomfortable during that karaoke event. So, one thing I wanted to add is that, granted, this venue, it wasn't like the auditorium wasn't filled all the way through. So, it's like, it was just like a small collective of people who were just like participating and like signing up and just to have fun with their group of friends and whatnot. And I was completely okay with that. But then as it got later and later into the event, I think it was probably like 10 or 11, 12, because this ran through until 1 in the morning. And it got to the point where all these people who came into the event were just like, oh, I'm done with everything. I'm done with everything I wanted to do. Let's just go into the auditorium and see what the fuck is up. And what I meant by me being uncomfortable, right, is that I'm from the suburbs. So I personally don't know the definition of being turned up and like, thrashing and having a party and stuff. So it was like these people who wanted the crowd to be engaged and just like, scream and shout and just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, they obviously didn't understand that not everyone was quite comfortable with that. Because, and granted, I didn't know that many songs that were provided on the screen too. It's not me just being like, oh yeah, me living under a rock. It's just like, no. It's like, genuinely, I was just one out of the few people who were just sitting at the event, just like confused. We were kind of just like confused and in awe because we didn't know what to do. We didn't know whether or not we were supposed to be like, is this okay? Is this supposed to happen? So, but yeah, how would you feel if you're someone who's just like, oh yeah, I'm having fun. This is so great. And all of a sudden, all these people just start flooding in, taking control of the event, and the hosts are literally just like, yeah, we let it happen. Honestly, it was out of our control anyway. Like all these people who signed up hours prior, yeah, fuck them. Really, like we're just gonna let people do their thing and we're just gonna sit back and watch it happen. Like, bro, we're supposed to be adults here, right? We're supposed to we're college students, right? We're supposed to be adults here, and yet You're letting all these fucking people act childish as hell and turn this event into a playground? Isn't there supposed to be some authority here? Now, granted, my university's not perfect whatsoever freaking ever, but it's just like, do you guys have a little bit of self-control? But yeah, that's really all I wanted to add. So, anyways, back to the video. And so my two of my friends were pissed off, and they stormed out of the venue. And so I followed along with them. But during the entire time that I was sitting in that auditorium, I just stared at a wall. Just staring at a wall, not even like in reality, just focusing on my breathing because my heart was pounding, constantly pounding out of my chest to the point where it wanted to just something straight from fucking Alien, where it's just like an entire freaking being just like comes out of my freaking body and just wants to, cause havoc. And so I was just staring at the wall, just concentrating, making sure I was okay, making sure I didn't pass out, you know, didn't have anybody come and, take me to a hospital, because that was the last thing I wanted, is that I would get, escorted in by the paramedics. So we walked out of the venue, we went back to our dorms, and I genuinely felt like crying because I had the feeling like my heart was going to stop. Like my heart was just like, was ready to give in, and I wanted to cry. And so I did. I cried, and I felt vulnerable. And I just wanted to lay down and just not move. And luckily, I had the best supportive friends that I could ever have. And if I hadn't met these fucking people last year, then I would have been on my own on that one. That experience alone gave me a huge reality check. It made me think to myself, I was like, oh, I should probably be more careful what the fuck I'm doing in terms of sleeping, eating, dieting, taking fucking energy drinks from strangers. Because, yeah, well, I kind of knew the people kind of did it, but lesson learned, I'm never gonna touch a fucking Monster Energy drink can ever fucking again. Because that alone was a shitty fucking experience for me. And for all you fucking monster addicts out there, you must have some kind of fucking device that's keeping your fucking heart from stopping. Because never again. So, I am no monster connoisseur. I am a fucking hater. I am an advocate to fucking rid of all goddamn Monster energy drinks, bro. Any energy drink. God damn it. There are better alternatives to hydrate, man. Fucking drink water. I am a water advocate, god damn it. And yes, I am still standing talking about this right now because I had to call off work. I had work the following day. I didn't really think too much about it. I was just like, oh yeah, one can of energy drink, yeah, I'm fine. Nope. I was fucking dead. I was practically dead, fucking asleep. And yeah, there was a thunderstorm that also happened in the middle of the night that caused a power outage, a slight power outage. And I didn't learn that until I came back to where I am right now. My alarm clock was flashing, and yeah, things are not great here. Things are not the best here. But I am lucky to be alive, and I will be taking the time to reflect on myself and work on myself and change up a few habits. But I will try my best to be consistent in terms of YouTube and social media and try to upload. By the time I upload this video, I have just finished recording and uploading the second part of Stray. Do I know when I'm gonna be uh, continuing the Let's Play? We don't know. I might just take a small break from YouTube. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Um, pretty odd to see me like this. I mean, I was gonna be like, oh my god, face reveal, but then I realized I have VODs uploaded on my channel, and I've probably done a face reveal multiple occurrences on different videos that I might have either unlisted, privated, or deleted that are now either of those things. So, this is me, a college student. I am vulnerable just like the rest of you. I am in my own struggles too. Yeah, that's all I gotta say for that. See you guys later. Bye.